Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. And today we're going to be having a look at Overdrive Synth
by Moby Pixel. Ooh, yeah.
So strap yourselves in for some Overdrive synthesize action. But first we're going to kick off with today's featured artist, Andy Goldsby from the Indigo Sunsets. This is a song called Brick Wall, and he's just made his first music video with it. Let's do it. Andy Goldsby, Brick Wall. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. My name is Jade. This is How to App on iOS. And yes, that is Andy Goldsby's solo stuff, which he was doing during his hiatus from the Indigo Sunsets. Thanks to Stu, who's in the chat today. It's your fault all that great music came out. Well done. Well done, Stu. Well done, Andy, as well. One thing I'm going to say, Andy's probably going to kill me. I think when he made that video, he used the unmastered version because the sound on that video clip is really low, and it sounds like it's the pre-master before he sent it to me to master. Who's going to die when he works that out? Because I had to crank the volume so loud to get that to sound good. So it was really low. It was like about 4 decibels below normal. Sorry, Andy. You may have to remove the video and re-add the right track. Oh. You know, somebody asked me 2 days ago on Facebook, why do I open every show and waste 5 minutes of the show playing people's music? Because people's music is important. That's what this show's all about, man. We talk about apps to help people make better music. You know, that's what it's all about. So that is why I want to play people's music and show it off to the world. You know, apps are great, and we use them to make fantastic music or video. So there you go. Oh, has he re-uploaded it? See, I must have had the old one. Thanks, Si, for pointing that out. Good stuff. All right, let's say hello. Oh, I'll say hello to our special Wart Warriors who are here, who spend $1 a month to become members of the channel and get cool emojis in the chat. And we do occasional quizzes and stuff for the private members, which are really fun. We've got another fun show coming up soon. I don't know what it is yet, but we'll be doing it next month. Or start early next month, yeah? Let's say hello to everybody here. Thomas Christ, thank you for, again, wonderful moderators of the channel for putting fabulous links in like that. And Lou Reality, thank you very much. Stu Cash is here as well. And Sai, as I said, it's always effing good to see you. Oh, I'm already out of breath. Cold Acres here, and Moby Pixel, which is Nick, who's the developer of today's app that we are looking at, which is Overdrive Synth. Russ8889, Joe Glenn's here. Who else is here through my magic mirror today? I saw Pete Johns creep in before he had to do some child wrangling. I mustn't forget anybody in the chat to say hello to, or else I'll be classed as an asshole. All right. I think I've got most people. And if you're coming in, if you haven't spoken anything yet, hello to you. And if you're watching on the replay, hello to you. Hit the sub, hit the like, do all that stuff. It helps the algorithm and all that jazz. Thanks, Stu. You got the dancing man. Look, the dancing man. Thank you so much, Stu, for the super chat. You rock. And Leela's already got the link in there to grab this app that we're looking at today, which is Overdrive Synth. Do it. It's free. Grab it. Play around with it. And then if you want, grab the in-app purchase. You're going to want to get the in-app purchase. It's really, really good. All right. I'm just going to flick over here and grab the right. Got things going on everywhere. All right. We can close that out. Boom. Let's go over to this screen. Okay, a couple of things I want to quickly just go over. Yesterday's opening hour, something really bizarre happened. Never happened before from YouTube. I don't know how this is going to go in the future. I normally do these karaoke shows every couple of weeks where I sing to karaoke tracks, and you guys send me super chats and all that stuff. And then after the show, the show gets claimed because they're karaoke tracks. And I've been doing this for over a year, and it's been great. And, you know, I make a little bit of money from super chats, and all the rest of the money goes to the artists, which I think is not a problem. I have no issue with it. Yesterday, something weird happened after the show. I got claimed, and not a global. They blocked some songs, blocked the video. And I'm talking songs that I've sung a heap of times. And it's weird because I got an email from YouTube, which was saying, and every email that I got said the video viewing has not been affected, but it's been affected. I spoke to YouTube. They kind of went, that's really odd. We don't know why that's happened. I can't really fight it because when you dispute a claim, it has to be your original music. I don't know if it's a one-off mistake. So I don't know what the future is of doing karaoke covers every few weeks or whatever. Maybe we just do a show of karaoke, and then as soon as it's over, turn off the monetization, and then the show gets removed. So that's maybe how it'll go forward. We'll work it out, whatever. YouTube policies and all this stuff just keep changing all the time, and they don't tell us what's going on, and it is what it is. What are you going to do about it? The good news is this week there will be no karaoke show because we have one of our special shows that is sponsored by DistroKid, which is Jamie Mallender will be doing a live 45-minute set on the show. And you'll notice yesterday's show was number 66, and now this show's 66 as well. So I've had to change some of the numbers of the shows because that show's disappeared. So if you saw it yesterday, I hope you enjoyed it because you'll never see it again. Good stuff. But that is happening this week. Also, our interview for this week is with PA. And you are not going to want to miss this interview. It is going to be really, really cool. PA is an amazing artist from Germany. She's just... There's no one like PA, yeah? And it's sponsored by DistroKid as well. We've got 2 sponsored by DistroKid shows coming up this week and a whole bunch of great apps coming up this week as well also. But let's go over and do this bizzo and check out any price drops for apps today. I didn't want to do that, so... We'll wait for this to go back. Price drops. Real Shuffle Player. Don't know what it is. Borderlands Granular is half price. Synapsis is free. I downloaded it. I don't know what it is. I'm willing to give it a go. You Record Pro, 99 cents. Evolver, Chameleon, Midi Layers, all 4Pockets apps. Bunch of dollars off there. Yukawa is a couple of dollars off. Maze Rider. We've got Audio Evolution, a Mobile Studio. Let's quickly flick over to the second page. All those session band apps are still on sale as well too. See all of them. And Nembrini's still got a sale on too, if you didn't know about that. But today we are looking at Overdrive Synth by Moby Pixel. And Nick has kindly joined us in the chat. So if you've got any toe curling questions, fire them his way and he'll hate me forever. I doubt that because Nick is very, very positive and very entertaining human being. So he reached out to me a few weeks ago saying, hey, I've got this synth coming out called Overdrive Synth. Maybe you'd like to jump on the beta. And I did. And stupidly, I didn't grab the in-app purchases, and I messed around with it without the in-app purchases. And I was like, well, there's not much to this. There's not really much in there. Little did I know, so it's free to download, yeah, and you get a bunch of synths. I think it's either 10 or 12. It's something like that. Not sure. You'll probably correct me because I'm always wrong. But then I got the in-app purchases, which gives you 100 synths for like $5, man. And this is great. This is really great. And the sounds are fantastic. So I remember I showed this, and I don't mind telling behind the scenes. We had a look at this briefly on my Patreon, and we're kind of laughing about it going, it's really not much to this. What's going on? But it turns out there's a whole lot more under the hood once you've got all the... Definitely, like as I said, get it for free. Mess around with it. So what I'm going to do is quickly flick over to YouTube for a minute. And what do you know? Because this was the first time I saw Nick, and he's got this fantastic video up where I'm not going to play a whole video, of course, it goes for 29 minutes, but I encourage you to go over and sub up to his channel. And I think if I'm prepared, what do you know? I've even got the link to this video that I'm about to play. So go and sub him up. He's got some tutorials there, some explanations. And let's just watch the first few minutes of his video here. And let's do it.
Hey folks, Nick Culbertson here, and today we're going to answer one of music's greatest mysteries.
Yes?
What does a synthesizer sound like through an overdrive pedal?
You know what? I've never had that question on my mind. But now that you've brought that question up, I want to know more. Do tell.
Synthesizer. Now I could just plug it into the amp that is literally sitting right next to me, but that'd be too easy. In the town of Carborough, North Carolina, there's a cool indie recording studio with amazing gear called NightSound Studios. My plan for this project is to get a plethora of awesome vintage sounding synth tones and then reamp those at NightSound Studios using a variety of overdrive pedals, amps, and microphones. Once we're done capturing the essence of these warm tube synth tones, I'm using a lot of buzzwords right now, transparent, we'll conclude our journey with the release of the world's first Overdrive Synth app for iOS. It's gonna be really cool. Maybe. Or it might sound like crap. And really, that's why we must do it.
In fact, let's do it right now. Empirism writes here, yep, probably sound like distorted synth. Well, here's the thing. It's not just some dude sitting around whacking it through some random overdrive pedal. As you heard there, he's gone into a studio and he's hooked this stuff up. And you know, it's weird. I had this expectation because most of you know I'm not a synth player, right? Fair enough. I suck at the keyboard. I'm still doing my best. I'm a metalhead, so I'm expecting of like, yeah, man, this is going to sound like Napalm Death, a synthesizer through a Napalm Death distortion pedal. And I was like, it's not. What's going on? Anyway, there's a whole lot of groovy sounds in here, and you're going to love it, I reckon. I think it's great. My mind was changed, and I like that. I like being surprised. So I have it open here in AUM. We've got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 instances of it running. I've got a hammerhead. I've just got a perforator running on track. I've got this app here called Bass Mint, which is still in beta. I shouldn't have even done that. And I've got like 4 scalers happening. And I thought I'd make something a little bit dancey just to kick off. And here's some of the sounds. So we've only got like 5 sounds running here out of 100. I'll make sure my volume's not too loud. It's probably going to be loud. And I guess we should just like hit play. So again, like with all these shows, I normally throw something together, and I think this took me like 10 minutes, 15 minutes just to whack something out. Sounds wonderful. And you know, I'm shit at dance. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a metalhead. Thanks. What's going on, Emperism? Mixed Club, why Rat, welcome along. So good fun, yeah. As I said, let's hear those individually, just those sounds. We'll just solo these. Very rich sounds. So you've got a distorted, very distorted bass there. And a perforator giving us that. Boom. All right, let's jump out of this and close this project out. We'll open another project up. We'll clear that. I think I did another one just for fun. Something a little bit different with a bunch of different sounds. We've got an Zoa one here, I think. And yeah, not much CPU getting stolen. It works, yes, I know, it works really well in GarageBand. So if you're asking, if you're thinking about it, I know there's always problems with GarageBand because Apple, you know. Let's solo. And hopefully, hang on a minute, what's going on? Why are you not getting me any sound? That's interesting. Let me just check, see everything's all good here. You know what? We'll do this. Goodbye to you. Let me close out a few things. It's always a good thing. I don't know if I told you guys, so on the weekend went to the Apple store and took my iPad Pro there to get looked at. Because I've had it for 3 years and I was worried the battery was a bit screwy. And they did a test on it and said that the battery is 93%. So that's cool. So I've got some sound going on here. Let me just make sure all these are going to the right place. They should be. That's going there. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? Let's just leave it at this then. Let's just leave it on this sound. And we've got Zoa doing a bizarre golden eighth. And we can run through some sounds even. So here's the interface. We'll just stop this. Let's talk about the interface and then we'll come back and open a project and get it to do some things. So here's your interface. There's not too much to get stressed out about here. Yeah, everything's nice and simple. All right, nothing to get hurt over. No pain. We've got an attack, of course. We've got an attack there. We've got a release. So we've got a nice attack and a release. We've got a filter. Pretty basic stuff, and yet all the parameters are open in here in AUM, so you can add your LFOs and get things moving about and doing their funky jives. We've got a reverb. Now, I know I've seen some people say the reverb and delay doesn't have a lock, a sync lock or any, not the reverb so much, the delay doesn't have a sync lock, but that's okay. You can get around that, and let's just connect up my keyboard here. So here's our delay connected. Give this a bit of volume. Let's turn up the delay heaps. And we've got a reverb, so we can turn this up, get a nice big faraway room for a reverb. And you've got a master volume down there as well. When you click on this little button up here, you get this little inspiration, which tells you a little bit about it. So we are in the standalone version at the moment. Sorry, the AUv3 version. There is a standalone version, which we will open up too. Now, you'll see there's a set of dice here. And what the dice does is, instead of creating, like in some apps, it'll create like a brand new patch. It'll make something up out of the blue. This dice just goes through all of the patches. So if I click one, right, so it's just going to pull up. Now there's a massive selection of stuff in here. There's swells, pads, synths. Let's have a look, shall we? And look at this glorious list in here. That's a fair swath of sounds that you have to play with. And all these have been delightfully put through an Overdrive. So if you're expecting some kind of death metal tone, that's what I was, of course, because I think Overdrive, I think, but they've just got that dirty edge on them, you know what I'm saying? And you've got a left and right up here as well, so you can flick through these really easily. So you can hear that dirt in there. It's a little bit of dirt. Hey, if you want more dirt, you can add more dirt if you want, because that's the beauty of AUv3, isn't it? You thought they'd be crunchier as well, Nick. Yeah, I know. That's I always just think of distortion and I think of Cannibal Corpse. It is what it is. It's years of metal inbreeding. Let's call it that. Sorry, metalheads. There we go. So we've got a fat synth there, really fat as fuck. And what are we? We're only like 6 in, so there's heaps. Some chip tune. I mean, there's a real wide variety of stuff in here. There's something for everyone. There's a chip. We got chip tune. You know how I feel about chiptune. I love it. Wow. That's pretty. Again, we can add a delay. So there's our filter. Now, attack and release. I feel like I'm in Twin Peaks. I love the name of this patch too, Super Jump Synth. No, I know what you're getting at. I'm not going to say it in case I get a copyright claim. Let's throw on some reverb and some delay on this. Now, this is a rompler, pretty much, because this is all sampled, of course, because all of these sounds Nick's, painstakingly gone into a studio and recorded all of these amazing synths all through a distortion. So these are all sample based. And for being sample based, we're not, we've got one of these open. We've got 17 DSP on here. So of course, if you're using something like GarageBand, you're gonna have to if you're planning on running 8 tracks of AUv3 of this, you're probably, even Cubases, you're probably going to want to freeze a track or 3 in Cubases. It is what it is, unless you're running maybe a newer iPad. For me, I'd have to do it with that 2018 iPad Pro. But in GarageBand too, you might want to merge the track once you've got it sounding sexy and all that jazz. So there's that. Let's take a break from this for a second. By the way, I have all these running as well. So if we close this out, we're definitely not going to have as much CPU being used. So we'll just close out AUM for a second, and I want to open this as a standalone. Let me whirl all the way. I know I really should organize my apps more. And we'll open it as a standalone because there's more. You get more for your buck as well. Well, your buck, your free purchase. So as a standalone, you get a nice keyboard. Lovely. But the amount, oh God, this is crazy. If we go in here and have a look at the little settings icon, we don't want to do that. Little settings icon, it brings down this menu here. So you've got your octave. You can go up to your octave. You can change your range. You can transpose and all that jazz. You can change and you can add in a filter and everything over here. So you've got 4 options here. And look at this. Look at this sexiness. So if you're a guitarist, man, this is going to really float your boat. Wicked. You can, it's almost like having GeoShred, is that what it's called? Built into this as well. So that's really nice. That's really cool. And so you can change between, and you've got a lot of scales. We'll talk about the scales in a minute, man. The scales in here are like nothing I've ever seen before. So you've even got a filter cutoff here, which is nice. Lovely jubbly. And where are we? So if we click on this just to show you up here, when you click on this, here's where a bunch of your options are. And Nick has so kindly put a lovely intro about what he's done, his contact details, the behind the scenes documentaries, put all these videos in here, way to contact him if you need any help or anything like that. Remember, if you contact a developer, be nice, be nice. Don't bang your fists and throw a tantrum. Be nice. You can connect, so we've got MIDI on here. You can connect Bluetooth, do all your MIDI stuff. You can turn your background on, so you can have it running in the background. Screen always on. Nice little touches there. You can control, you can set Midi Learns here to your knobs. Everybody loves knobs. And it's really easy too. You can just set a learn. So let me make sure I've got everything done here. Get my right button. Did I learn that? Okay. Learn. Let's go here. And set a learn. Learn. Done. Did I learn it? Learn. I don't know if that's working. Anyway. And plus you've got controls for your touch velocity down here. Where are we? Your buffer size. Audio visualization off. So you can go and play around with all this stuff, which is fantastic. Lots of stuff to play around with. And yes, it did work, because now I MIDI learned, and look at this. So we know the Midi Learns working. That's nice. We'll just remove these little side bits from there. Where are we? So you can go full screen there as well. Let me just bring up here. And now I've lost my train of thought, which happens a lot. Where are we? You can, yeah, I mentioned you can change your buffer size, all that kind of jazz. And here are all of your presets, which are all in the standalone, blocked out exactly so you can see what you get for your free. So these top ones, these are the starter ones here. Just so you've got this dream pad. Just go through what you get for your free starter. Pretty much all the ones we went through in AUM. There you go. And these are all of the ones you get for your in-app purchase. As you can see, they're all split here into pads. We've got keys, we've got bass lines. So you've got a nice mix of stuff. You've got some leads, Overdrive Pedal strings. A nice double jump. There's even some organs. Lots of cool sounds. What else? Let's go through some bass stuff here. Let me just fix my keyboard. Got some. There we go. That's what we like. Now, if you've ever wanted a overdriven marimba, you've got one. Get on that Metallica. That's pretty heavy stuff right there. Hey, Andy in the chat. Hello, Gary Hubbs. This would actually be way too heavy for James Hetfield these days. The guy can't even handle a drink. Oh, that was cruel. So some sounds are in mono, some have got some glides in them. So you can hear there's a glide. We've got a synth cello. Nice. Now in here too, you'll notice you can change the amount of strings here. So this is basically a guitar setup, and I've moved this to 8 strings now. All right, so we've got an E, F, yeah. So this is a basic guitar deal going on. You can choose how many frets you want for this. Let's go 5. Really nice stuff. Go down an octave. Wonderful. Now I'm racking my brain here. Does this? Did I say at the start this has a whole bunch of? Or am I thinking of a different app? I maybe am thinking of a different app. Let's go back to our keys. So to get to the guitar setup there, that's how we did that. I thought this had a whole bunch of scales as well. Am I wrong, Nick? I'm probably wrong. You know, I'm often wrong because I'm an idiot. I sound like Jamie Melander now, stupid bloody hippie. I mean, I've been playing with so many apps over the last. It does. Why can't I find it? It should be easy for me to find. I thought it was this one. Where am I? So we've got our. I can't work out where it is. Oh, here we go. His scales right there. Boom.
Boom. Boom.
Boom. Wake up. Right, so that's what I said at the start. So you want scales, bitches? You want scales? Look at them. You ready? You ready? There's scales here that I don't even think exist. Nick has just like gone, you know what? We'll just make this one up and throw it in. Look at all these scales, man. What the hell is Pafluki? What the fuck is Plafuki? I have no idea. There are so many scales. It is unbelievable. Let's try some of them, shall we? We'll choose a different sound. Let's choose a random. Nice. What else do we have? So we've got your typical stuff. I want to try Plafuki or whatever it is. What's Palog? Palog. Interesting. So we've got a Hawaiian one. I want to hear Hawaiian. Let's do Hawaiian. Man, is it me or as the world keeps spinning, every day there's a new scale? Maybe it is just me. I don't know. But look, there's an absolute shit ton of scales in here to mess around with, if that is your bag as well. This one's called Yo. Look at this one. Yo. Let's see what Yo's about. So you can change your root note as well. And you've got access to your reverbs and delays. Everything that you've got in the other app, except you're not getting the scales in the other app because it's as an AUv3. Just to prove to you as well, can I do this? So it does work in. I've had people ask for keyboards in AUv3. I don't know. I don't see many of them doing it. You know what? You're going to get people ask you for. People will ask you to like. I don't know, to part the sea. There are people who expect the world from apps. You know, I paid $1.50. I want it to break bread with Jesus. So again, you can't please everyone, can you? There's always going to be somebody who wants something that's just unimaginable. So it does work in GarageBand, as I said. We won't open that up. Let's just do something quickly. Let's do a Zoa thing. We'll open a MIDI. We'll open 3, 4 tracks of this. We'll go in here. Let's do something quick. We'll go Zoa, baby. There's Zoa. And we'll do a Overdrive Synth just to create something quickly, and we'll hit select and we'll copy. So this is a quick way to copy in all of your Overdrive synths in there. So now we've got 4 of them set up, and we'll go in here and we'll select this one to go here, number 2 to go here, number 3 to go to number 3, number 4 to go to number 4. So now we've got Zoa linked up to 1, 2, 3, 4. And if we hit play, but let's do something interesting. Let's change the scale to a golden. And we'll try and find, let's do some random stuff. In fact, there's a bass. There's a fat synth bass. Now we've got some bass rolling. Now we'll turn on number 2. And we'll give this like a golden half. Okay, let's go number 3, turn it on. We'll go golden quarter. And we'll offset this about an octave. We got YML coming up next with Pete John, so I've got 8 minutes to get the hell out of here. Let's just add this last track in. Super easy to make stuff using something like Zoa. We'll take this at what, a golden 8th. Lovely. What key are we in? C, I think? C. Fun, fun, fun. Wicked stuff. There you go. It's free. Grab it, mess around with it. $5 gives you the in-app purchase, 100 cents. It's been put through an overdrive. It's answered the question that I never ever asked. What does a synth sound like through an overdrive? Well, now I know. See? There are questions out there that need to be answered, and sometimes you may not know what they are until they're slapping you in the face. All right, that will do it for today. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, hit the like. Check out the app. Remember, as I always say, apps aren't Pokemon. You don't need to collect them all. But if it's going to add to your workflow and help you create great music, like we opened the show with Andy today. We open the show every day with fantastic music. Then it's worthwhile picking it up and adding it to your collection. No problem. Sai, hope you're feeling better, my friend. I'm on a lot of painkillers today. That's why I'm a bit weird. I'm a bit high today. No problems. Thank you for reaching out, Nick, and sending me the test flight and letting me play around with it. And guys, if you're a Patreon, I've got some to give away on the weekend. So you'll see that pop up in your Patreon thing. Remember, you can become a Patreon right there, patreon.com/JadeStarr, where I master your music every weekend. We do some giveaways and all that kind of jazz. Next up, I think, is Pete Johns, who is doing the opening hour. So all you need to do is just hang on to your britches, grab onto your tits, and as soon as this show's finished, you will be dumped over to Pete Johns' channel, where you can watch and listen to a whole bunch of music that's made by the community within YouTube and Facebook, all the people who hang around here, independent artists on YML. And that's coming up next. Tomorrow is going to be a big day, folks. Let me remind you of what we are looking at tomorrow, because you're going to love it. I love it. Super exciting. Riffler. It's finally been updated. We're going to make a death metal song using only Riffler. Yeah? It's going to be sick. It's going to be sick. Riffler is out of this world. And yeah, you're going to want to get it. I'm telling you. You're going to want to get it. Alrighty. Remember, do the things that make you happy. Mistakes make you better. And we all rise together. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.